you have won battles that lesser men have called unwinnable, yes? But while you were sharpening your sword, do you know how I prepared for today? I learned. I know your language, your traditions, your beliefs, which villages to tame and which to burn. So I'll ask you,
Fighter Kelson, this is a brand new episode of The Drop, and this week's The Drop, we've got a lot of content. So much content that some of it had to be spilled over into a new episode of an Akari Cast classic. That's right, 16-Bit Jeff joined me again this week like he did last week, but there's so much content, I decided that that should be its own thing. And it's a little bit long, literally a little bit longer than our last week's segment on EA and Visceral. We talked about NeoGAF this time, or shall I say the implosion of NeoGAF. And this week on The Drop, we've got Funimation, Capcom, DC, Star Wars, Nintendo, PlayStation, Dragon Ball Super. Like I said, it's packed, so that's why that's going to be its own thing. So there's one thing this channel ain't going to be hurting for, it's content. At least not this week. Starting with some not so great news, depending on your viewpoint. Funimation agrees to be acquired by Sony Pictures Television Networks. The official Funimation statement is as below. Like you're seeing this. No. It's as follows. Quote, "It's official. The deal has closed for Sony Pictures Television Networks to acquire Funimation, and we're incredibly excited. We're still the Funimation you've known and grown up with, and now with the power of Sony and with Gen at the helm, we have the opportunity to bring the best anime to even more fans across the world. Thank you for watching." So yeah, if it's anything like Sony movies, this ain't good. But if it's Sony having an offhand approach, maybe Funimation could still come out great with this and have the funding of Sony behind them. That's the dream. That's probably not the reality. Let me know what you guys think. Especially with the with Verve and Crunchyroll, the implications this could mean that Sony might want them to be on their own streaming service and having to pay Sony just to watch Dragon Ball Super. That would I would not want that. I mean, I like watching it on Crunchyroll and on Daisuke, which Daisuke is defunct, but they still show Dragon Ball Super. Last time I checked, they said, yeah, no, we'll still be showing Dragon Ball Super, but that's it. Crap. Now on to Capcom. Peter Combofiend Rosas leaves Capcom after 5 years being part of its I believe he was a community manager. He worked with community specifically and PR and all that. His own take on things from his own mouth is, quote, "I've been fortunate enough to work on the games that shaped my life, a definite dream come true. But now I feel it's time for the next generation to be able to do the same." And he continues, "There's no doubt in my mind that the current generation has their own unique ideas that will push Capcom's fighting games forward in terms of innovation and evolution. Both things Capcom has not been doing since Street Fighter 4. Even if that, some people even say Street Fighter 3. If you don't know who he was before, he was a Capcom community guy. He was actually a really, really, really great player in games like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Capcom vs. SNK 2 and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. He's basically, he was known as, he was the king of comebacks. He always had a bionic arm in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 that just, you never know when it's coming. You think he's dead, but then bionic arm and you're dead. And but recently he's been known as the guy who said, well, people don't play games for characters, they play games for functions, actually, or something. You call him, Magneto is just an 8-way dash function. Huh, there's other characters that do that. But again, he can't, he has to do with the company, he can't, it's out of his control. So he has to say stuff, but unfortunately it's dumb stuff like that. But he was a good player, and I actually have no ill will towards him. But I wonder what this means for Capcom now. And this doesn't want to, my computer, this section's done. It's just, and I don't edit these, so you're gonna hear this. Yeah, come on.
I blew myself up.
My next piece of news is from Variety, of all places. Jeff sent me this news about DC's Shazam, formerly known as Captain Marvel, but copyright and all that, some weird stuff. Anyways, it's been confirmed that Zachary Levi will play the character in the new Shazam movie. The same Zachary Levi from films such as he was Chuck, and he was Entangled, and he's Fandral in the Thor movies. Right. So yeah, he's gonna be playing Shazam. And if I can go back to the Variety article without it derping on me, because it's done that before. Shazam will be the next DC cinematic movie to begin shooting ahead of Flashpoint and Batgirl, which Joss Whedon will direct, and the Suicide Squad sequel. Why is there a sequel to that? Alright. And, it looks like he's going to be the grown-up Shazam, Billy Batson. Because if you guys don't know about him, when he's actually a kid, but when he says Shazam, lightning bolt hits him and he gets all buff and grown into an adult. I can't believe I'm saying this, but if you guys remember Justin from Power Rangers Turbo, it's that, but much better. Much better. Because I don't want people to think I'm trying to drag Shazam through the mud. Nah, I'm a big fan. Remember that Visceral being shut down news last week that me and Jeff ranted about? It looks like there's more reasons to get mad over this. It's just been found out that Visceral Games was going to make they're working on Uncharted, a Star Wars game, with Amy Hennig on board. Amy Hennig of Uncharted, who left and joined Visceral and EA. And the game was codenamed Ragtag, and the reason I said Uncharted was because the game was gonna play like Uncharted. The quote says from EA, and I quote, "The Uncharted Star/Star Wars mashup had 3 demos prepared to show EA what the team hoped would be enough to save their company. As a brief example of experience, Visceral displayed an escape from pursuing ATST Walker, a shootout on the planet Tatooine, and a rescue mission in the dungeons of Jabba's palace. Unfortunately for the team, their example wasn't enough for EA execs, who decided to close down Visceral and change the direction the title was heading in." Execs, like they know everything. Man. Really? People didn't want to play that? You don't think people would have wanted to play Star Wars Uncharted? Really? You really thought that wasn't good enough? I don't even understand. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I really want to hear what y'all think about this. Now it's all about Nintendo, and if it's Nintendo, then it was sent to me by Double RPG. Nintendo is basically doing pretty good. First of all, Super Mario Odyssey is the highest rated game of all time right now. Let's see here. Mario's latest game sits at an incredible 98.79%. Coming in second is Super Mario Galaxy. Rounding out the top 3 is The Legend of Zelda. All Nintendo games with the highest critical acclaim ever of all time so far. The Switch, by the way, and again, Nintendo's doing pretty good. The Switch results, the Switch has sold 2.93 million Units 7.3 million lifetime. There's been 13.98 million for the before I said lifetime, those are for the quarter. 13.98 million for the quarter, 27.58 million for the lifetime. That's for all games on the Switch, like all software. 3DS, I'll just stick with lifetime from here on. 3DS 68.98 million units sold. For games for 3DS, 300, and that's lifetime. 343.07 million games sold. Smart device related income 17,925,000,000 yen. I believe that's wow. 4.7 million units sold of Zelda Breath of the Wild. 4.42 million units of Mario Kart 8. Splatoon 2 3.61 million units sold. 1-2 Switch 1.37 million sold, and ARMS 1.35 million units sold. Wow. They are even expecting 14 million more units to be sold of Switch. Net sales 374,041,000,000 yen. Wow. For yen, if you guys don't know, yen is like a couple hundred billion. It's like a couple tens of millions, a couple hundred million dollars. Yen is basically like, what if we never got a dollar? We just kept everything in pennies. 100 yen. It's like basically a dollar, although right now a dollar goes a bit further in Japan. Like, I believe their exchange rate's like a dollar is like 145 yen or something like that. Don't quote me on that. The exchange rate changes all the time too, so all I know is right now the dollar's a little more up. But basically, to keep it simple, 100 yen is basically a dollar, because 100 pennies. They don't change from yen to like yen plus or something like that. They just keep it yen, pennies.
Thank you.
The top, like I said, those are the top Switch sellers. The top 3DS games that sold: Pokemon X and Y, Mario Kart 7, followed by Pokemon Sun and Moon, followed by Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So X and Y is the best-selling Pokemon game on 3DS. Not even Alpha Sapphire, Omega Ruby, or Sun and Moon, which are still in the top 5. But wow. Following that is New Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario 3D Land, Animal Crossing New Leaf, Super Mario Bros. For Nintendo 3DS, Tomodachi Life, and Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, all selling in the millions. Nintendo is doing pretty well for itself since they started to shift focus, like I said last week about Senran and Kagura. They're starting to have variety of games, although again the top sellers are still their main first, second party games. But it's appealing to people more that not only can they play those games but other games too on it, which makes me happy and everyone else like me. PlayStation had its Sony Paris week earlier today. 16-bit Jeff saw it, I didn't. He told me the only good thing was Ghost of Tsushima, but not that I don't believe you, Jeff, but I gotta check other things that were announced. Like, say, the news, because that's what I'm about. But it looks to be that Ghost of Tsushima really is the only thing that I'm also... I guess he wasn't wrong. I guess he felt that, it's the one thing that I would care about, like him. And it's true because we're both similar in that way. And Ghost of Tsushima, by the way, or Tsushima, or... I know the Tsu character, I have trouble reading Tsu when I see the character in hiragana or katakana. Although this is written in English, but you get my point. Anyways, it's created by Sucker Punch, and it's an open world, I'm not sure. It just looks to be a samurai action game. All they showed at the end was a little bit of gameplay, which I was kind of worried about. I was like, everybody's hyping out about this, but it's just the story. Oh, there's gameplay. And, he's doing like stealth kills and fighting and stuff. And if there's anybody who I think can do a good open world style game with anything, is Sucker Punch. Also, there was Spelunky 2 announced. Guacamelee 2, I wasn't expecting that. The Gardens Between, which is it's kind of like a puzzle game, and it's supposed to come out next year. Megalith is described as a hero shooter. Let's see what it looks like. If it's people are saying it's like Overwatch, but you know what? Let me check. It's a VR game. It's VR only. You become a god, and it's just showing your hands. Okay, not much shown there. Final Fantasy 15 episode Ignis is also announced. I believe this was meant to come out for a while. Also seems to be oh look, oh no, it's cool, it's action. This looks like what I really want to see. Is that an assassin? Oh no, he's just wearing white. Okay, see, episode Ignis looks cool. Not that I liked 15. I wasn't like super into it like everybody else is like, it's great. I'm just like, it's cool. I don't think it's great, but it's cool. They also announced Hong Kong Massacre following the release of Ruiner by Vresky and all that, and looks kind of like Hotline Miami, but you know, more stuff. I saw some top-down shooting, that's why I said Hotline Miami, for people going, what? Doesn't look... Yeah. Yeah, top-down shooting looks like Hotline Miami. That part, anyways. Looks cool, though. I mean, it's definitely the type of game I'd plunk some time into. Concrete Genie was also announced. It's a exploration game. I don't know what that... You know, you explore stuff, magic. He has a paintbrush. A magical paintbrush. Walks around. Kooky stuff is happening. Looks to be like an adventure game with some fantasy elements. Erica was announced. Erica is supposed to be controlled with a smartphone. Even though it's on the PS4. But it can be controlled with a smartphone. I guess it's like an adventure game like... Oh, it kind of reminds me of Heavy Rain almost. Blood and Truth, and I believe there was some more Last of Us 2 footage shown, which looked promising to fans of Last of Us. And that's it for the drop. That's all I got for PlayStation and all that. Oh no, I don't. That's not it for the drop. My brain goes out. I have one more thing. Excuse me. Alright, time to talk about some Dragon Ball Super this time, because it's been a while, and this has gotten a lot of discussion lately, so might as well throw in my 2 cents about it. Caulifla and Kale are fighting against Son Goku, and they're trying to reach to Super Saiyan 3. Caulifla is Super Saiyan 2, and Kale is just one, who makes her kind of buff, and then her extreme Berserk form, which makes her look extremely buff. And like Broly, because yeah, some people are kind of getting mad at that she's not, Caulifla and Kale are kind of just getting these transformations without doing any, without feeling like they earned them or going through any trials and tribulations for them, like Goku and the rest did. But hey, I guess that's the, they have to close the power gap. Although even then, they're not going to reach Super Saiyan God levels. I don't think. I mean, can you imagine that? A bunch of Super Saiyan gods? That's Vegeta and Goku, maybe they're not Beerus level at blue, but Vegeta, Goku, Kale, and Caulifla, and Cabba at blue? Pfft, forget about it. I don't think anybody could stand up to them, except maybe angels. Even then, I don't know. But I'm not a power scaler, please. I'm not trying to break my brain around that. Just thoughts of man, that many Super Saiyan guys are running around, really? Wouldn't that upset the balance between mortals and gods of destruction? But going back to Caulifla and Kale, they showed Super Saiyan 3 Goku at the end. I was wondering why Goku didn't use it against Jiren when he was gradually going through each stage. It's did he forget he had Super Saiyan 3? Is too much stamina, even though Blue uses stamina too, apparently, so why not 3? No, it's just to make it special for him to fight Caulifla with which that's cool, I liked the action in the episode. I liked the art style. I liked how the characters looked for the most part. I think there was like only like one or two odd looking shots of Goku, and you know those were really 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 fast. So I guess that's why they're like, that could look a little odd. Whatever. They're not going to see it for like more than a second. Kale and I guess what's really the big talk is Kale and Khalifa for the next episode. It sure does look like they're going to fuse. I see an earring. I see Khalifa's eyes, but Kale's hair.
Oh man.
Perhaps like Gotenks, they'll fuse to Super Saiyan. They'll fuse and turn into Super Saiyan 3 through fusion. Possible. We'll see. I'd like to see a female Super Saiyan 3. I wonder how their hair would look.
Okay.
I just want to see their hair.
Just wanna give him a little
Long blonde locks they'll have, I guess. Let me know what you guys think about Dragon Ball Super's Khalifa and Kale situation. I'm of two minds about that. Like I said, I'm fine with the action. But I do understand the not earning it thing. Like I can't just like male or female. I have to like relate to the character. I have to like, or not even relate, but you know, the character has some development going on. It feels like she's just getting stuff thrown at her without actually all three of them. Kaba's the only one who seems like he earned Super Saiyan 2, and even then, like, he gets it, like, real quick. Universe 6 Saiyans are different, but it's like, man, you mean this whole time Goku and the gang have been fighting against Cell and all that, like it's tough, and you're telling me that all they had to do was feel a tingly feeling on their back, and boom, they could have fought Frieza a long time ago? They could have had an army of Super Saiyans?
3 targets.
Or maybe it's just the Universe 7 Saiyans are dumb, and the 6 ones aren't. And they're like, wait a minute, that's all we had to do? Oh yeah, that's easy. And the 7 ones are like, oh man, that's a legendary thing, man, we can't. We don't know how to do that. Oh man, but it's got me looking forward to the next few episodes, to tell you that much. I definitely want to see this fusion now. Now, I'm done. And now you see why our NeoGaf implosion talk had to be its own thing. Because this is pretty full. Alright guys, see you guys next week.